Hi everyone, my name is Tom and I'm going to show you today how I process and make stickers. I have always wanted to make stickers, but I've never actually had the tools or the time to be able to do that, and I have been waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting for the proper time for me to actually sit down, make stickers and make it a business. Now it's not just going to be like a business on the side. I would like it if it ever could possibly be my business for my life and I can be able to support myself fully from my business. I'm still currently working a 9 to 5, 5 till 3. It's a really weird workplace, but hey, it gets me rent, so I'm happy. So I'm going to show you the process of how I make my stickers today. So hopefully you guys can sit down, relax, have a little snack, have a little drink, whatever makes you comfy, and just sit down and just watch what I do. If I was going to be snacking, I would be eating some raisins, but I think I've already eaten almost all these raisins in like 2 days, which is probably quite bad. It's like 500 grams of raisins, but they are like a new obsession, so I absolutely love raisins so much. But anyway, I have an entire business plan in my files. In my files? That means it makes me sound like I'm bloody Jeffrey Epstein. Oh my. So in the morning of today, so currently it's 2 AM on a Thursday, I am moving my entire room around to make it my studio. Now my room is basically kind of like, well, it's currently looking like a bedroom, and I want half of it to look like a bedroom and half of it to look like a studio. And I've currently got my printer, my cutting machine, and most of my tools and what I use for cutting currently on my piano. So I kind of want to move it and get a new desk when at the end of this month probably. So I'd like an updated video. So yeah, there's going to be so much going on, which I'm really excited about, and I'm so ready to show everyone, but it's not fully there yet. So there's probably going to be a whole new video of like an update studio. So this is currently my studio vlog, I guess. So as you can clearly see without my snacks in a way, raisins are probably the greatest snack ever because they are so easy to grab and they just taste really nice. I really do recommend getting some raisins or like a really nice snack for yourself. So my current process is I log in and go into my Capcut design space. Normally I design everything on my iPad, or I hand draw it and scan it on my printer. While this is getting ready, so there we go, already getting ready. We normally, so when I want to make some stickers of, let's say for example we want to make some new stickers, and let's say specifically we want to create some new repo stickers, import it and add to canvas. So as we go into our canvas and we click off upload, it will be there. Let me actually like screen record this, so I feel like that'd be much better. Well, now we're on the computer and I've still got my side camera so you can still see what I'm doing as well. So when we are in Capcut, what we want to do is make sure the size is correct. So right now it is at this height, so this is in centimeters, right? No, so this is in inches, these are in centimeters, right? So we want to make it, let's say our size, which is around 6 centimeters. Well, 8.52 by 6 centimeters. So normally what most people would do is they'll just go to make. So we want to make stickers that basically are out by themselves. For an example of this, we will have this sticker from Steven Universe, which is one of my favorite shows. So here's the sticker. So this is called a die cut sticker. Basically a die cut is a sticker by itself that's not attached to anything else, just a sticker by itself as a solo item. So to make that, what we need to do on Capcut specifically, so we want to click effects, sticker, die cut. I personally take off easy peel edge because I don't really like it. Oh god, I don't really like it personally, and I normally keep standard on, but if it's a highly detailed design, I would say either go for a standard or a thin. So this is what a thin looks like. I don't mind a thin, but I prefer standard because I'm a person that quite likes the bulky feel of it. And plus, when customers want to get more designs, they get a lot more physically and even if it's a white edge, it looks quite nice. So if we want to do this, press mate. So what we want to do is project copies. So this basically means how many stickers on the sheet of paper do you want to print. So for a tester, let's say we want to do 6. So it's saying we can only do 4 on a page, right? But we've got this massive space here, right? So what we want to do is we want to come back here. We want to Control C, Control V, which is copy and paste, and we want to rotate this 90 degrees. Now turn it on its side. So if we do that, and we push it up all the way up here, just so it doesn't go through this, because these edges here, as you can see, these edges are basically your black lines. So if we want to press make again, so let's say we want to have 4, right? There we go. Oh, they are very oddly spaced, aren't they? Okay. Well, this is always about trial and error, and I didn't believe I'd have trial and error here, but it's fine. So if we do this, is we want to do this, Control C, Control V, copy and paste them a few times around. Make sure it's not touching the edges. Copy and paste again. And you want to make sure that you copy and paste the top one, so your first one, because if you, let's say, import it multiple times, it will you would have to individually click effects again and go sticker again to get this option up, and you have to do it for each individual sticker. So just copy and paste the first one. So I'm just trying to make it fit. So you want to make sure that all of them are as close as possible without actually touching. There you go, see? So we do that. We want to get as many as we can on a page, because the thing is, these things add up really quickly. So there we go. So we could do 8 per page, right? This is what we would normally do for average stickers. So if we press make now, it will come up on this page on the next one when it loads up. There we go, still loading. Brilliant. So it says 8 there. So what we want to do is press continue, send to printer, next. So it will find my printer, which is over here. There we go. And you want to add a bleed, just in case. Basically, it just eliminates the image. Yeah, there you go. That's the actual definition there for you. I always press use system dialog. So system dialog is basically, it uses your printer's interface UI to print. So if I press print, and before we actually print anything, so let me just press preferences. This is what you should do. Make sure that I always keep it at Epson Photo Quality Inkjet. So that uses a lot of ink, which is very expensive by the way, but it's also very, very, very good quality. And make sure your quality is set to high and not standard. Now you want to press OK. But before we even actually press print, we need to load paper. So let me show you how we load paper. So specifically on this printer, let me just move my squeegee. We need to go into here, and I already have my paper all here ready. There we go. So let me just grab some paper. And we want to make sure that it's all in the printer properly. There we go. You want to make sure that you have sticker paper. And now we press print. There we go. So now it's going to print. Okay, and while we're waiting for that to fully print out, what we need to do next is we need to, let me get it first. I know this is quite messy, so we need a mat, specifically a grid mat. I use Capcut's official ones because it's just so much easier to use the official ones rather than a second hand or off-brand one. So when we have this, I know it looks very disgusting. That's because I haven't cleaned it in a week. This is a week's worth. So I do apologise in advance. I would use one of the other ones over there, but this is one I normally use because it's just out of comfort. And it's not very sticky anymore, so that's why I need to wash it. So when you wash it, it gets sticky again. So when we have this, so you can see in the top corner of Capcut that it has this point, so the hanging tool at the bottom. So that means we need to put the top of the image here, like that, right? So when we have that, what we will do, we will press back on the computer. Here we go. So back on here, we'll go to printed. Then once you press OK and print, you'll go down to set base material. So for us specifically, we want to do printable sticker paper white. There are quite a few different versions. So we have grey lining, normal, clear no liner printing. So we are doing sticker paper white. So we press done. Then now it will say die cut pressure. So die cut pressure is basically in the cutting machine, which is the Capcut. The Capcut will basically has different modes. So default is just the default amount of pressure, and you can either choose a little less pressure or more pressure. I always go for default, unless if it's a really thick version of my laminating paper, my laminator. If I have a thicker laminate, what I will do, I will just simply press more, because then you'd have more pressure. But just for simple laminates, I would always just choose default because it's just the easiest option. So the stickers are almost done. So then while that is happening, we will grab this tool. This tool is probably the most cheapest tool I've bought for my Capcut so far, and to be honest, it's probably my favourite tool. So come with me and I'll show you how to use it. This tool is basically just an attachment to the Capcut that's not official, but I like to use. So you use it at the edge here, you kind of like have to jam it in and press down. And this extends it a little bit. That's a trash bag, I do apologise. So we have this. And basically this normally goes in like that, but without the attachment at the bottom it would slip off and fall. But if we have this, it can stay nice and comfy there. See what I mean? Very useful. Now here's the printing, almost done. And to be fair, for this printer, it's very high quality. Very high quality. Pages. Whilst printing the last few bits, we also need to get our tools. Now our tools is probably obviously one of the most important parts. I have a few tools that I like to use normally, and they are, let me grab them, there we go. So we have the first tool, which is a pinpoint scraper. So basically this scraper, long story short, when you get on here, for example, you just push it in and pull up, and that basically just pushes the picture or image or sticker, whatever you have, up. Next part is the spatula. Spatula, same thing as that, same as the pick, but it just has a wider surface, so for bigger pictures that could potentially rip, just you can get right under and just pick it up. Very simple. Now, squeegees. Squeegees are probably the most important thing for laminate. So I laminate almost all of my stuff, unless if people will specifically ask to not laminate. So when you're laminating, for example, this one is a smaller one, so I use this for more detailed stuff to make sure it's fully in. And this one is just a general one, so when I first put the lamination over, I just scoop it through while holding the other bit of laminate, and it just goes through really simple. I will show you what that does in a minute. So now, voila, our stickers are done printing. How cool do they look? I really do love them. So let me show you what we do now physically to get the stickers. I'm very excited, I'm not gonna lie to you. Here we go, people. So, because it says on the screen to make it in the top left corner where the thing is going down, you want to line up as best as you can. If it's a bit off, that's fine. But I like, because I'm very focused when I do it, So see, it's not perfect, but basically with the Cricut, it measures where the black lines are. So basically that's why you always want to print using the Cricut, because it uses the black lines as a guide for the actual cutting tool. So let me get another piece of laminate. We just want to grab a normal laminate this time. Normally I do holographic for this type of sticker, but I just want to get a normal piece of laminate. So this side is the actual laminate and this is the backing. So this is what we want to not put on. So I have very large nails, luckily, but I'm going to get them cut tomorrow because they're quite annoying. And my job is kind of like, you know, it's difficult. So we want to make sure we can get it. Oh, almost had it. This is probably the longest part. There we go. So now we have that up like that. It's hard to see since it's literally transparent. We want to put it down, line it up as best we can, and just stick it onto the sheet. There we go. So now that's on there, we'll move the camera over and we will get a more focused thing. There we go. So I normally pull this down, and this is very daring, so it works 90% of the time. So we're going to hold it down, keep on just pressing down, and let it slowly glide over. And boom! There we go. See? Very easy. So then we get the long laminate, we get the long squeegee like this, and we just push it over. So then basically that just binds and sticks everything down. And then because we still have a few bubbles, what we do, get the smaller squeegee for more precise. Can you hear that? There's all the bubbles going and escaping, which is what we want. Because these are going to be waterproof, you want to make sure that there are no bubbles where water can get through. There we go. So I'll just do this a couple times to make sure it's fully on there. There we are. And come with me to go put it on the Cricut. What we want to do is push it on like that. Make sure it is underneath these two white bits, otherwise it won't go in. So when we press that and push it in the tiniest bit, it will go in. There we go, see? So now it's just going to be reading the size of the mat. And once it's happy, it will go to the screen and it will have like a loading symbol. So when we do this, let's press play. And it will start to read the mat. So as you can see, it's trying to read the white lines. And there we are. So we want to press this button in the bottom left corner to escape it. Then we'll bring it back over to the desk. So now that these are printed, this is probably the favourite part of the entire thing. Here we go. So we want to grab our handy pick tool, and we want to just get the bottom of it, lift it up, and slowly, oh, it's sticking quite hard this time, which is not great, that's okay. Oh no, it's sticking quite a lot actually. Oh no. Oh no. Whoa, okay. Well, not everything can be perfect, and that's completely fine. So there we go. We push this off, and it's only just didn't see. So sometimes it only takes away the sticker. So I'll take this part, but it won't take the other part, which is fine. So what we'll do is just pull this down gently. And we just do it in bits and pieces, but that is fine. It's very annoying, very tedious. See, I should have used a lighter grip mat, but I just like the stronger grip mats because I feel like they're going to fall, even though they're not. Peel it off as much as we can, so we'll give these a wash soon. So what we'll do is we go stick it down, and we pull up gently. Make sure to be gentle, because otherwise sometimes the stickers can actually break. That's probably not a good one, but it's still not bad. So we have a sticker here. Quite nice, isn't it? Then we want to do this for all the others. And honestly, that's pretty much it. So when you have these, so you have your stack here. So let's give you a little close up. So we have the actual stickers all nicely done. Ain't they cute? They are so cute. And you can just stick them anywhere at all, and they stick quite well, very well to be fair. And on top of that as well, when you have them outdoors in, let's say, like a lamppost or just outside weather, they really stick on well. For, I want to say, I've tested it out quite a lot. My estimate is that they can stick for around a minimum a year to 3 years, which is a really, really good time for these stickers. If you feel like you want to get these stickers, please go check out my Etsy. And on top of that as well, hope you like the video. If there's anything else you ever want to see with the stickers or with the Cricut, please do comment down below and let me know. And this is going to go in my store. So, until next time, people, see ya.